Hello everyone, my name is the Emerald, and I know it's been a while since I've made a video. I apologize for that. We have been doing some, I will get to call it surprise renovations to the house, and let's just say I was not ready for it, to say the least. But I'm back. We should be good for now, but there might be still some like days where I have to do construction, but it shouldn't be that big a deal. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly make a video talking about this upcoming gacha that is actually going to have its global launch announcement streams in about a day or so from making this. Duet Night Abyss. Now, I played both the first closed beta and the second closed beta test of this game. Game is pretty. I think the game is fun. There are some inherent problems, but I think they will flesh them out for a release. At least I hope they do. But I won't go into that. I'll go specifically into this specific tweet they just made a couple minutes ago, talking about optimizations to the gacha. Alright, so let's just read it. So, the Duet Night Abyss new optimizations gacha update. In quotes, waiting the first 50-50 is great, but I still can't get the character I want. Don't worry, we've got solutions. And then, and replying to comments with the option you like best. The final answer will be revealed during the global launch announcement live stream. Live stream announcement is this date at August 26th, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard. You can go to the link to see exactly. And there's just an event where anyone in comments just get a badge, yada yada. They do this a lot. Alright, so here's the actual image itself. We're going to expand this. Alright. Let's do this. Even with pity, it still feels too far away. Waiting for 50 is nice, but what about the next one? Please give us more pulls. No matter how many pulls I do, I never get the character I want. Honestly, I don't really enjoy gacha that much. Waiting the first 50 is great, but I still can't get the character I want. Don't worry, we've got solutions. Here's what we could do. A, free 100 free pulls every version. B, no 50-50 on character banners. C, lower the max pity count. Or D, drop your ideas in the comments. The final answer will be revealed during the live stream at the same day, yada yada. Alright, so, we can close now. We don't need this anymore. So what does this all mean? Well, this is honestly pretty good stuff they're trying to do for the gacha, because I mean, we all know the biggest problem in gacha games is the gacha itself. If the gacha sucks, the game is, I'm not gonna say the game sucks, but it definitely dampens your mood heavily, especially since if you don't get the character you want. I know there are many times where I banked 50-50, it's failed, and I get really sad. I've almost quit Genshin a couple times just based on 50-50 alone, but that's the story for another day. So, I just want to make my opinion. I just want to state my opinion on what this could be. Which my answer is, it's either going to be the more realistic choice or the haha funny choice. Okay. So let's go with what I think is the most realistic choice, which is all three. I genuinely think it could be all three. So let's go into as to why. So realistically, if you actually look at specific like options, right? A lot of these by themselves don't inherently fix the issue, right? So I believe currently in the game, I believe pity is about 90, if I remember correctly, for a character, max pity, and the weapon is 80. The character has 50-50, it follows Wuthering Wave rules. The character has 50-50, and the weapon has guaranteed. So, don't get me wrong, 100 free pulls is good. But look at the competition we have now. I just pulled up random patches that I just kind of went YOLO guess with that, and then go from here. Obviously, Genshin can lag behind with 78 pulls, right? But there's all this going, so there's that. The current version of Star Rail 3.5 has about 88 pulls, so there's that. ZZ is at a staggering 112 because this game adds so much. I don't know why, but it does. There's that. Obviously, there's some other new stuff that they add sometimes, but usually they can change, so there's that. And then Wuthering Waves I'm not like too familiar with, but I grabbed 2.4. I don't know if this is true, someone can tell me, but this is over 100 pulls. This is close to, if I don't know, I don't think these count because it's counting specifically the Astrai. So this is about like 130-ish around there, about 130. So yeah. So there's that. So 100 pulls is, don't get me wrong, it's nice, but they have to, is it like 100 free pulls always? Like, are you gonna keep that up? Are you gonna keep raising the bar? Who knows? Because again, that doesn't fix the inherent issue of summoning. Because let's say you want the character and the weapon. There's a whole situation on the weapon itself. There's like a lot of things that they'll most likely talk about in the actual stream, but that's a whole nother video for another day. 100 pulls is not enough for a character and a weapon, right? Unless you get lucky, right? Because let's say you get the character at around like soft pity, which is about 75ish, and the weapon about 65, right? That's about 140 pulls. You'd have to get lucky and pull it earlier, one of the two, which doesn't always happen. And again, it doesn't fix the 50-50 bank issue. So there's that. So while again 103 pulls is good, I don't think it's enough to by itself fix the 50-50 issue. So there's that. B, no 50-50 on character banners. Okay, so this is both correct and incorrect. So yes, there is no 50-50. There is no 50-50 on a character banner. It's just different. So in the second closed beta test, there was a special banner that came out with the character. It's Psyche, I think. And how this banner worked is it basically was just like the normal banner, but once you hit the 5-star, it was guaranteed to be the new character, and then the banner went away, right? And if you wanted like dupes of the character, you had to go into the normal 50-50 banner. I hope they're not referring to that, because if they are, that's a low blow, and that's why I was going for the funny choice, where technically, yeah, there is the 50-50 on character banners. This one specifically, I don't think it's the case. I really don't. They're saying it's an optimization for the game, and they're not saying like, oh, they would have said, oh, hey, there's a banner that drops that guarantees the character. They would have said that. So I don't think it's that. I really don't think so. I hope not, because that would be really trash. But yeah, there is that, and no 50% on character banners is good. I think it is good. But if the pulls are like average low, like 8, they have to keep up with competitive Genshin numbers, right? So like 80 to 90 pulls every patch consistently with free, then yeah, and then the weapon's like a complete misfire. You're gonna have to spend money for that one. But I mean, yeah, technically you could get every character like that if you wanted to. So there's that. And then C, lower the max pity count. This is the personal opinion. I've said this, unless you like give more pulls to counteract that lower max pity count, this doesn't help fix the issue. Because you're still banking on a 50-50, right? At most times. The weapon banner isn't the case because it's guaranteed, so that actually gets a benefit. The character banner is, also it's like, oh, it's 10 less. Well, that helps a bit, but overall, you're not going to see a major difference until way later down the line, where you're spending 10 less pulls on average, right? But that doesn't help fix the inherent issue of 50-50, because you're still banking on it. You just have to spend about on average a multi less if it's a pity. Like, they would have to lower the pity down to like by 20 or 30, so it would have to be like around like 60 to 70, and like that's lower than weapons. And then there would be no reason some of the weapons unless you want to spend money. So I don't think that's the case. I don't think, and they won't lower it that much. They wouldn't. The lowest they would go is probably 80, maybe 70 for lucky, but 80 would be the most logical answer. But at the same time, it also doesn't fix any major issue outside of just, again, saving you about a multi on average over long term. All right, you'll definitely notice it, but if you lose 50-50, it's not going to matter, right? So then this is where it comes down to where I think it is probably all of them, right? This is technically true, so technically it already is in the game. It's this banner here, so there might be that. 100 pulls every version lets you pull the character off this banner. There's no 50-50, boom. And if they lower the max pity count, you could save about, again, an average, a multi, assuming they lower it down by 10 pulls, which I would assume so, because any more would be kind of crazy, honestly. Then you save your pulls over time, and then you can use it for other stuff, like weapons, or save your future characters if you want to, right? That would be the best case, and that would honestly make the gacha one of the better gachas in the game. Would I say it's the best? Probably not. Only because weapons are a very severe issue, and I have no idea how they do like reruns, because no closed beta has gone beyond one banner, so we don't know. But it would be much better than, say, Genshin's. Like, I still despise Genshin's summon system, and I really wish they fix it. That goes for most horror games, right? But Zenless isn't that big a deal because you rarely see it, because they give so many polls that honestly, if you save or a patch, you're almost guaranteed the character and their engine. I digress. But yeah, all 4 would be great. All 3 would be great. Now again, technically speaking, B is technically in closed beta. It does exist, right? It is a one-time banner, but it does exist. So there's that. I don't think they'll just get rid of it. I mean, they could just get rid of 50 altogether, right? I would probably like. The problem is like that would make like just summoning would just be like, and also like pity carryover would be hella insane. The pity carryover would be insane. So like you get the character, like it would more or less promote just like singles, honestly. Also, how would you pull standard banner 5 stars, right? Like unless you get really lucky and pull them off the standard banner itself, it's not really all that great. And God forbid the characters go into standard banner, then good luck pulling all the characters. You're screwed. So there's that. So I don't think they'll get rid of 50/50 completely. I think they'll keep this special one-time guaranteed banner, but I don't think they'll add 50/50. They'll remove 50/50 from just every banner. I don't think that's the case. I really don't. Ignore that. I gotta read that a little bit. That's Star Rails 3.3 doing stuff. Alright, so let me mute this just so it doesn't happen again. Alright. 100 polls, again, we are starting to see that slowly creeping up in numbers, right? Like, you're starting to see, like, this is starting to become, like, a norm, right? Like, you can see 100 polls, close to 90 polls, over 100 polls. We don't talk about Genshin. If someone could tell me otherwise, like they actually do get a good number of polls, then please do, because I don't see it, but hey, right? But yeah, and again, C just doesn't fix the inherent issue if they don't lower it by a good number, and if they do too much, then there's no reason to buy anybody, to spend any money, unless they give you like no polls. Then it kind of doesn't fix the issue, now does it? If you lower the max video count, but also lower how many polls people can get every patch, then all you've inherently done is just say, hey, we pushed your pity down. Like you basically said you fixed the issue without really fixing the issue. So I don't think it's that either. So like I said, I do get to all 3. Personal opinion, it could be like a mix. It could be like A and C. It could be that. But again, B technically does exist, so who knows? That'll be it for this video. I just want to make this video now because I saw this. I was like, doesn't this already exist? And you're like, yeah, it does. I am curious to see what they'll do with the game. I am very hyped for the game overall. I think the game is fun. I will be playing it when it comes out. Unless it comes out when I'm at college, in which case, screw me, I guess. But yeah, I am very excited for this game. But yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed. I will be watching it. I'll most likely be watching this live when it comes out. Just see if there's anything new, because I have played both betas, so I can make comments on what I've seen. So there's that. I am looking forward to some things they change and some things they keep the same. So yeah, that'll be for this video. I hope you have enjoyed. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.